diseases caught on tape. The death of Kim Jong-nam. He was the half-brother of Kim Jong-un, and supposedly Kim Jong-un killed him. One day at an airport, Kim Jong-nam was grabbed by a girl. He was walking around. A girl grabs him from behind and wipes oil on his forehead. Later, he complains to the airport staff about his forehead, pointing to it. They then bring him to a medical center. Later, there's video of him slumped in a chair, but I'm not going to show it on TikTok. He was pronounced dead in a span of 2 hours. This girl was later arrested that day for doing it. She was Vietnamese, and she said she thought it was baby oil. She said men came up to her saying it was baby oil, and if she wiped it on somebody's head, she would become a YouTube star. The 2 girls were released, and it was believed that Kim Jong-un hired them YouTube guys. The oil was VX nerve agent. It's an extremely toxic synthetic that was made by humans for biowarfare. Basically, a disease made for war. Like this video if you want a part 2.
Oh, damn child, leave this house. Take a flower.
This is why you should never mess with the autistic kid at school. In 2012, a kid named Jeremy was diagnosed with mid-tier autism. To make matters worse, he was also a Call of Duty addict. At school, he would act out cutscenes from various Call of Duties. Because of this, people saw him as the weird kid and he got bullied. Things got really bad until he couldn't handle it anymore. One day, he arrived at school with a gun and shot all the people who were bullying him. What's really creepy is that when he was sentenced in court, he asked how much kills he got.
Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew, part 11. And make sure to watch till the end of the video because the last fact will be from this game called I Wish I Didn't Know. Right now, in your bed are between 100,000 to 10 million dust mites. And if this isn't bad enough, they feast on skin flakes. An octopus is so flexible that it's capable of entering through your mouth, traveling through your digestive tract, and coming out through your asshole. There are over 200 dead bodies on Mount Everest and they're used as checkpoints by climbers. If you die inside of your house, it's very common that your pet is going to want to eat you. You wouldn't do that, would you? Neil Armstrong's footprints on the moon don't match up with the ones on his astronaut suit. And the craziest one, the natural vanilla, strawberry, and raspberry flavoring actually comes from a beaver's anal gland. Jesus Christ.
I just found something extremely dark. If you look at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice website, you'll see death row information. A list of people the government has killed, and you get to see who they are, what their crime was, their last statement, their name, jail number, and even the county they were killed in. Ooh, look, they have career opportunities. Funny thing is, the data is updated in real time, and the last person that was put down was on February 6th, 2020.
Haunting facts about serial killers that you'll want to forget, part 1. After raping his blindfolded victims, the Golden State Killer would be super quiet and pretend like he was gone, and right when the victims would try to untie themselves or go for their phone, he would scare the hell out of them. Jeffrey Dahmer attempted to make sex zombies out of his victims by drilling holes into their head while they were still alive and pouring acid into the holes. American serial killer Albert Fish once cooked and ate a little girl and sent a letter to her parents describing how she tasted. Colombian serial killer Pedro Alonso Lopez raped and murdered over 300 girls. He was in prison for 18 years when he was moved to a psychiatric hospital where they declared him to be sane and he was set free, even though he stated that he planned on killing again. He was released in 1998 and no one knows where he is or what he's doing. Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew, part 7. A man was working outside when a fly flew into his eye for a split second and laid eggs. When they began to hatch, they started eating his eye from the inside and he began to go blind. The Magnapena squids are a group of rarely seen sea creatures that live 4,000 feet below the surface of the ocean and are believed to grow up to 27 feet long. 20% of young children report hearing voices. The average person only sees 5,000 movies in their lifetime, and Netflix has over 7,000 movies. So if you want to know which ones to watch, there's this really great app, click link in my bio. Even if you follow the 5-second rule, tiny insects can crawl on your food and you'll eat them without knowing. For the role of Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, actress Judy Garland was forced to live on a diet of coffee, soup, and 80 cigarettes a day. And the actors who played the Munchkins groped and molested her, and she was even slapped by the director for laughing during a scene.
Wait, oh my god, so zombies are literally real and you can become one. There's a syndrome called walking corpse syndrome. It's a neuropsychiatric disorder in which a person believes they are dead or missing a soul and their brain acts like it. A man was diagnosed after a fatal motorcycle crash. He survived, but he didn't think he did. Since the conditions are so rare, it's very difficult to pinpoint the causes and any potential cures. So if anyone becomes a zombie, very slim chance you can return back to normal. What would you do?
Yo, let's talk about Marilyn Monroe's gravesite for a second. Marilyn Monroe used to be married to Joe DiMaggio, and when they were married, she bought that middle plot right there, and right above her was supposed to be Joe, but when they got divorced, he sold it to this guy named Richard Poncher. So right before Richard died, he tells his wife that he wants to be buried face down so that he could be facing Marilyn Monroe for all of eternity, and if she doesn't do that, he's gonna haunt her forever. And that's exactly what happened, which is really creepy. Directly next to her is Hugh Hefner, who never actually met her in real life and published photos of her as the first sweetheart of the month for Playboy, which actually almost ruined her career and was done so without her permission. Marilyn totally deserved better, and I think she deserves her own crypt or something away from all these creeps.
Child Killers Part 1, Eric Smith. On August 2nd, 1993, Eric Smith was only 13 years old when he lured a boy into the woods. He was riding his bike to a local summer camp to where he saw a 4-year-old boy, Derek Robbie, walking alone to the same camp. Smith lured him into the woods and then dropped a rock on his head. He then proceeded to sexually assault him in ways that I'm not going to say. So at around 11 a.m, Derek Robbie's mother went to the park to pick up her son, but he was never there and they said he never arrived. 4 hours later, his body was found in the woods. So at first, no one really knew who could have done this to him. There was not really much evidence. Eric was kind of suspicious because he was hanging around the investigation quite a bit. So within days of the murder, Eric confessed to his parents and they took him to the police station and he was arrested. One thing to note, when he was younger, he killed
by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelon rot, If you go home, just don't get caught,
Oh, damn child, leave this house.